this place gets kind of empty. Sound of the breath fades with the light. I think about... Hey friends, what's going on? David Potts here with Song Notes, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to play Under the Milky Way. This song is by The Church from 1988. Thanks to all of you who have sent this one in as a request. This takes me back to college about 20 years ago. We used to watch Donnie Darko over and over again. This song is on the great soundtrack to that movie. So I learned it back then, and it's been fun to relearn it now. Now, as always, you can get the PDF for this lesson at my website, playsongnotes.com. It's a great way to follow along with what I'm teaching you now and to take this song with you after this video. Add it to your repertoire, print it out, put it in your folder of songs, right? First page shows you the lyrics, the chords, everything you need to know there. And on pages 2 and 3, I'll talk about the strumming and the chord tabs and sort of some of the options with the capo and the chord progressions and all that stuff. It's available for you there. I have plenty other of lessons as well. So the quick note I'll say before I jump in is, this song is played with 2 guitars on the album version. One of them is playing no capo, right? A minor sus4, F major 7, and a G. Now there's another guitar with a capo on the 5th fret, and that's using chords of E minor 7, C major 7, and a D, right? So you get the same sound. Whether you're doing no capo or capo on the 5th fret. But if you're playing by yourself, you sort of have some leeway in what you play because you kind of want to combine the sound of both guitars, if you know what I'm saying. So I'll show you this version that uses an A minor to an A minor 7. I think that sounds more like the album version if you only have one guitar. And then it uses the F major 7 to the G, right? Then I'll talk about when the full band kicks in and you have these bass notes, right? Little chromatic dissension. I'll talk about that. If this is something that sounds too complicated for you, don't worry, because you can skip right past it, and I show you some more simpler choices for the strumming as well. So whether you're a beginner, a bit more advanced, if you're a completionist, or you just want to play the song and not have to worry about all this technical stuff, I've got you covered. Skip ahead if you know what you're looking for, but with that said, let's get to the lesson. Check out the website, playsongnotes.com, one more time to get the tab, the PDF for this lesson, for all my other lessons. It's all there waiting for you. And with that said, let's zoom on in and learn this song. All right, so first thing, y'all, I want to show you guys the intro. I'm going to jump right into what the chords are and what the strumming are just for the intro, and later on I'll get to the verse and the chorus and the refrain and everything. So the chords for the intro are going to look like this. Now, I'm showing you 3 different options here, because I think with this song, I think multiple guitars are being used on the album version. And I want to sort of show you what each guitar is playing, not just to be a completionist, but mainly to empower you to pick the voicings, the chord voicings that work best for you. Okay, so the first of these, this is on the far left, option 1. This is no capo, right? This is how I play the intro typically, is with an A minor chord, right? Standard A minor. Then we're going to do an A minor 7, which means we put our left pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string, okay? That's an A minor 7. And then we're going to go to an F major 7. This one actually is nice and straightforward to play. You're going to keep your index finger exactly where it was for the A minor and the A minor 7, and then you're just going to put your ring in the middle down on the, so it will be open 4th string, 3rd fret 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 1st fret on the 2nd string, right? So 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret, and then open. So thinnest 4 strings would sound like this, okay? This is just like a C chord, but you're moving your middle and ring fingers closer to your feet by 1 string each, right? See that? So this is an F major 7. Now if you want to play the 5th string also, it'll sound just fine. That's why I have it in parentheses here. So we have the A minor 7, the F major 7, and then a G, okay? 3rd, 2nd, open, 3rd. You'll see me when I play a G, typically, I'll just mute the 5th string. I'll sort of bump my ring finger into it. So 3rd, muted, open, 3rd. And I watched the interview with the guitarist from the band, The Church, and he said this is how he plays a G also. I'm sharing it because I find this to be a practical way to play it. So do whatever sort of G you want. It's up to you. Again, I sort of do it like this. So option 1 here. Okay, let me talk through the other ones really quick. Option 2 is the exact same thing, but the only difference is this second chord, the A minor, is gonna be an A minor sus4. And what that means is instead of putting our pinky right here on the high E string, we're gonna put it on the second string 3rd fret. So we go from the A minor to the A minor sus4. Okay? Now this is what the guitarist is actually playing according to the interview I watched. The guitarist is playing no capo. So he's going from the A minor to the A minor sus4 to the F major 7 to the G, right? Now, why do I show you option 1 and option 2 here? The main reason, it has to do with this second guitar that you hear, which has a capo on the 5th fret. So if you were to put a capo on the 5th fret, you could play these chords. Okay, and compare that in sound to this. It sounds super similar. Okay, so basically with the capo 5, the thing that's going on there is you have the E minor 7, which is the E minor, and you have the 3rd fret of the 2nd string being played. This note right here is the same note that you hear if you do no capo, A minor 7. That's why I have that note circled in my tab here for the A minor 7. So I'm sharing all this with you because throughout the song, you're gonna be using this progression and it's up to you to pick. Do you wanna do the A minor 7 or the A minor sus4? Both are technically correct if you're playing this by yourself because both are giving, you know, they're matching what guitars are playing in the album version. But there's 2 guitars in the album version and you are 1 guitarist, so it's up to you to pick. For me, I do the A minor 7, the option 1 here when I'm doing the intro. Right? And the thing about option 1 is you'll find it basically on the high E string, you're going from open to 3rd fret, and then back to open, back to 3rd fret. So you have this nice little little bounce between open and 3rd fret, open and 3rd fret, right? And even though all 4 chords are different, I find that that 2-note cycle between open and 3rd fret is a nice little simple thing that the ear can latch onto. So this is what I'm gonna use for the intro, right? When I come to the verse, I'm gonna use the option 2 with the A sus4. And the reason there is it sounds better when you're doing the vocal melody. Let's talk about strumming though. How do you strum this intro? So the strumming pattern is gonna be a down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay? It's a tricky pattern. I'm going to show you a simpler pattern in a little bit, but if we want to strum the intro, we're going to do that strumming pattern, and we're going to take the 4 chords I showed you, and we're going to do the A minor on the first 1 count, and on the 4 and count, right? The count between the between the 4 and the 1, that's when we switch. It's an up strum. Down, 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 up, down, up. Okay? Down, 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 up, down, up. And then we're gonna finish that measure. Up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that's the strumming pattern we're going to use for the intro. And I'm also going to use this strumming pattern throughout the entire song. I'll show you the strumming pattern in isolation in a little bit, and I'll talk about a simpler version. So that's how you're going to do the intro. Again, if I was to play it, it would sound like this, right? Okay? I find that when I'm playing it, I'm sort of emphasizing the thinnest 1 or 2 or 3 strings more so than the bottom strings. You want this to be a bit of a treble, you know, treble as opposed to bass, a treble happy sort of strum. I'm sort of exaggerating here, right? But get those thinner strings, because you want that 3rd fret on the high E string to really be heard cleanly when you switch to it. So that's how you play the intro. Now, as far as the verse chords, the good news here is it's gonna basically be the exact same thing we used in the intro, with a couple exceptions, right? Because what happens is, first of all, when the vocal kicks in, that's when I go from A minor to the A minor sus4. And I think that just sounds better with the vocal melody, right? So, sometimes in this place, I think it's the same note, right? Sometimes in this place gets kind of empty. Sound of the breath fades with the light. So for the first verse, you're gonna repeat the intro chords. But once the second verse starts and the bass kicks in, the full band kicks in, we're gonna make some changes. One is that final G is gonna become an E minor. Okay, open, second, second, open, open, open. So it's sometimes in this place gets kind of empty. Right? And something else that's happening there, and this is much more difficult to execute, so don't feel bad about doing this, is the bass notes. If you listen to the bass notes, they go from an A to an F sharp to an F, right? And what's gonna happen on that F sharp bass note, we're gonna play that under the A minor sus4 chord. This is super hard to do. I'm using my thumb to do it, so it's... So again, this is super advanced stuff, and I recommend not even bothering if it's giving you any kind of head scratching, right? This is basically a way to maximally imitate the band, even though it doesn't give you that much more, it doesn't sound that much different when you're doing these bass notes. Super hard stuff, but I wanted to include it if you want to be a completionist. Whoops. Right, so that's, want to call that out, but otherwise, just use this easy version, which is A minor to A minor sus4 to F major 7 to E minor. Okay, and if I was to sing the first verse, and let me sing the second verse, right, after the full band kicks in. So, lower the curtain down in Memphis. Lower the curtain down, alright. I got no time for private consultation under the Milky Way tonight. Okay, and the strumming I just did is what I showed you earlier. It's the down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, now say you want to use a simpler strumming pattern. Here's what I would recommend. I would just do a down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just do all your changes on the 1 count. That's nice and simple, right? So. I find this is a lot easier to sing, right? And it's something quite peculiar. Something shimmering and white. It leaves you here despite your destination under the Milky Way tonight. Okay, a little bit more sparse and simple and on the nose, but sometimes that's what you want to do. If you're just struggling to play the chords, you're struggling to remember the lyrics, or you just want to keep things nice and simple and approachable. All right, so that's how you're going to do the intro and the verse. Refer to my PDF for the final notes. Now, the last 2 parts of the song are the chorus and the refrain, and these are a lot more straightforward. Basically, for the chorus, that's going to be the part that sounds like this, right? Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you would find. Okay, we're just going from a G, which we already know, to the F major 7. Okay, so it's 2 measures of the G: down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, nice and Nothing too advanced going on there with any of the bass notes or anything like that. And then finally we have this refrain, which is an instrumental part, which is going to be basically you have an organ or some instrument going. So that's going from a C for one measure to a G for one measure to an A minor for two measures. And we're going to keep the same strumming, right? Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. All right, so that's how you play the refrain. So again, I think in conclusion, what makes this song distinctive? Number one, you have this nice two-measure strumming pattern. It's a little bit tricky. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. That adds one bit of distinction. And then you have the sort of chord progression. You have the two guitars going on, but you have the nice bass note stuff too. And even though with a single guitar, you don't necessarily have to capture that sound, if you can just sort of hear it in your head and capture the sort of sound in your head and channel that into your playing, I don't know, it's nice to aspire to be able to, you know, think you sound like the church when you're playing. So that's what I'll say there. But again, use the easy strumming if you need to. Keep the A minor as easy as you can do. You don't need to get too crazy, especially if it's giving you any kind of headache. But if you want to try that advanced stuff with the A minor and then the F sharp bass note and going down to the F to the E minor, right? I find it really hard to reconcile the bass note with the strumming because you're not having those clean chord changes on the one all the time. You're doing the chord change on the 4/N count, so. It's not really that easy to add the bass note, emphasis with your picking hand. But hey, if you want to try it, it's there for you. But like I said, y'all, you can get the PDF through my website, playsongnotes.com. It is a labor of love. As always, this is lesson number 296. It's a 3-page PDF. The first page gives you the lyrics and everything you need to know as far as the chords and the strumming. And on pages 2 and 3, I'll show you how to play the chords and the strumming in more tablature, sort of typed out completion, all that sort of stuff. But hey, this has been David Potts. Thanks for watching this lesson. Thanks for those of you who requested this song. I hope you found it helpful. And if you have any other requests for some 1980s songs, please let me know because I want to fill out that part of my catalog as always. So I'm going to take off now. Take care, my friends. I'll see you on the other side, and until next time. This place gets kind of empty. Sound of the breath fades with the light. I think about the loveless fascination under the Milky Way tonight. Lower the curtain down in Memphis. Lower the curtain and I'll ride. I've got no time for private consultation under the Milky Way tonight. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you would find. Something quite peculiar, something shimmering and white. It leaves you here despite your destination under the Milky Way tonight. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known known what you would find. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you would find. Something quite peculiar, something shimmering and white. It leaves you here despite your destination, under the Milky Way tonight. Wish I knew what you were. Might have known what you would find. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you would find. Milky Way tonight.